I've been with Fred Astaire Dance Studios for 21 years. The journey that over the last 21 years has been very exciting. I started out in a training class back in 1999 at the Fred Astaire Memorial Studio. Went from a training class kid to someone who was handling new student, like a new student specialist, and then kind of built my way up from there. I became Freddie Award-winning teacher, then a supervisor, and then I became a manager of a studio, and then I got the opportunity in 2007 to become an owner of my first studio. And then from there, learned a lot about being an owner and owning a single studio, then became a multi-studio owner. And along the way, I've been really, the thing I love about Fred Astaire Dance Studios is the ability to help other people and using dancing as the vehicle, really, to see how the lives have been able to help people getting over depression, people who have lost a lot of weight, couples getting back together, rekindling that passion after the kids leave. So that's what the journey's kind of taken me, and that's why I've stayed so long. It's all the people I've been able to help, and the staff, seeing them grow and helping people own studios as well. And now owning 8 studios across the United States, it's been a great journey the last 21 years. When did I know that owning a studio is right for me? I can't say exactly. I know when I became a teacher, a lot of people, when you're an instructor, you think I can do a better job than the people who are ahead of you. And so I think at first I thought, I could do something different. You never really know that. I know I love helping people. And there's a wonderful lady, a mentor of mine, her name was Antoinette Benevento. She left us. And one time she said, you got to treat your staff like you did so well with your students. A lot of times I did well with students, but when I became an owner, I didn't have that joy at first until she said, hey, you got to treat them like your students. So once I started doing that, I saw a lot more success becoming a servant leader and trying to find out what they wanted, made them successful, what made them tick, and then helping them to help be successful, helping people own studios, manage studios, helping them get opportunities. And as I've helped them, it's helped me be able to grow. I think that's kind of when I realized that I love helping people, and I just had to transfer from students to staff. But I was like, okay, this is something I can replicate and do for long, over and over again. I definitely think owning more than one studio is much easier. Owning 2 and 3 and 4. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said, oh, that second studio is over the hardest. And I'm like, no, the first one's hard, so is the second, so the third to get there. But once you get it, there's just a different set of skills and habits. But if you learn how to put the processes in place, Fred Astaire Dance Studios has wonderful tools. There's so many tools, and most of us don't even use half of them. When we talk about all the things we have with AMP and Fran Connect, we have so many different tools, our trophy system, our dance council, go on and on. So the ability to use all of them, maximize them, seeing where all the resources are. Most people think there's a lack of resources, but to me it's always a lack of resourcefulness. So I always see all the different resources, how I can use them, benefit from them. And so duplicating that's been a lot easier. And helping the people, that's what it's been about to me, helping as a star. When you're the Freddie Award winner, a lot of times you're in the way, you're the bottleneck. Because you want to do everything yourself. So being able to trust the system and trust my staff to run the system and kind of get out of the way sometimes. And once I learned that, then I'm able to duplicate that 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 8 times. My goal is at least 25. And so that's kind of, the system definitely helped. The people, being around the people definitely helped too. How Fred Astaire Dance Studios helped me become a better business owner. I think a lot of it is obviously there's mentors, there's people that you can look up to that have done it before. The saying that success leaves clues, right? So there's different people that have been successful in different areas of what Fred Astaire have done. Some people are great with new students, some people are great creating competition students. And what I did is just look at all the people who are great and try to take a little bit of what everybody does and then make it my own. And so that's the wonderful thing about being part of a bigger group. You're part of a bigger, you're just not the individual studio by yourself. I can't imagine, I've never been there, but if you're an independent studio, there's nobody to look up to talk to. A lot of people have had challenges that I can just, they're a phone call away. A lot of people throughout Fred Astaire. So it's definitely helped being part of something bigger than myself. It's definitely helped push me. And also, you get to see other people who are doing well. And as a competitive person, I want to try to be there, raise the standards as well. So it's definitely helped. What I think Fred Astaire Dance Studios is about is for me. I can only speak for myself. I know a lot of people in the dance industry, we talk a lot about the what, which would be the dancing, the quality of the dancing. And for me, why I do it is wellness, increasing someone's quality of life, my own, my staff, my managers, the students we have, and I want to increase the quality of life. I think dancing is a great vehicle mental health, physical health, emotional health, social health. There's so much wellness you can use in dancing. A lot of things have bad side effects, right? We eat to make us feel better. You might drink to make you feel better, but dancing has no. For 21 years, I haven't seen any negative side effects. And so that's why I do it, is because I've seen how it benefits people lose weight, couples reconnect. I've seen how the staff are able to transform. A lot of people come in and they're able to help people, and they really flourish in our system of teaching and our system of doing business. And I know it did the same thing for me. Like when I came here and I really saw how I could help people, I really flourished when I saw that difference. So it wasn't just about the dancing. Dancing's great, but it wasn't just about dancing. It's about teaching and helping people. Yeah, so what is my goal? Overall, I always like putting numbers because it just helps me clarify. My goal now is 25. I'd like to have 25 locations that I'm a part of. Right now I'm at 8. Obviously, we all started at 1. And the reason why I do it is to create opportunities for others. There's a system of running the Fred Astaire franchise, Fred Astaire Dance Studios franchise. The way I've kind of put it within my studios. And so being able to duplicate that and spread that around, again, was thinking about helping others and doing more about creating a great culture, great team, and helping others. And so I think it's duplicatable. Not many people have done it. I think it can be done, and so I want to do it as much as possible throughout the country. So having the 7 studios in Texas and now the 1 in Long Island, I definitely am, seeing new challenges and solving new problems that I've never had to deal with before. And so again, my goal is 25, and who knows, once I get to 25, then it might be more than 25. Obviously, being part of Fred Astaire, when I had the 1 studio, Fred Astaire Dance Studios, I was definitely working a lot more with 1 studio, 60 plus hours a week, and you're in there, and most of the time it's because you're trying to do everything. I was teaching lessons, managing the studio, doing the payroll, and you're doing so much. So when you really look at what other people are doing to be successful, which is using all of the tools we have, using how to generate leads in marketing, learning how to run your QuickBooks correctly, learning how to use AMP correctly, learning how to use your mentors in different training, your dance training, your teaching training, your sales and business training, using all of that. Once you get it down and you're able to empower your staff or somebody else to do it, because a lot of times we want to do it all ourselves. And so when I figured out, okay, if I can train someone else to do it and then get out of the way a little bit, let them do it, empower my staff, I had much more success. And so once I got, especially the 3 studios, because you can kind of run 2. I could run 2 by myself, but 3, there's no way. Especially when my 3rd one's another city. So I had to really learn how to empower people, and that's what I was really able to take off. And then from there, it gave me free time, the ability to travel, the ability to help so many people I have studios in 5 different cities. So the ability to travel and also help people in so many different places, it's been very rewarding to me. How do you create people from all different walks of life to be owner of Fred Astaire Dance Studios? To me, nobody has all the skills to run a small business. So it's kind of crazy that anybody thinks that they have every skill and tool. And so we all have different strengths. So I've had certain people that have different strengths, and you recognize their strengths. So some people are great at operations. And so if they're great at operations, then you just know that you're going to have to find people that are going to be part of the teaching and part of the dancing. There's tons of examples of that. Very successful examples in Fred Astaire that people didn't start off with dancing, but they love helping people. They're good at a certain part of what we do, right? Because you have the dancing side, you have the teaching side, you have the business side, you have the operations side, you have the marketing side, and none of us are good at all of it, right? And so you'll find your strengths, and then you just hire the other things, or you train other people, or you find business partners. And if you love helping people and you want to do something you really love to do, then to me, dance studios and dancing has been the greatest thing. The greatest thing for me. I would never do anything else. I love opportunities to own other businesses, but for myself, I just keep opening more dance studios because I love what it does for people. But the beginning of my journey was definitely very interesting. Not many people do this anymore, but I had an ad in the newspaper. And the ad in the newspaper said, will train, no experience necessary. I could not dance. I played baseball and did computer science. I was going to school for computer science. But I was looking for a summer job, something that would be fun. I was tired of doing a normal job. I'd done other things, and I said, I was kind of in a transition place in my life. I was like 21 years old, and I said, let me try it out. It can't hurt. So I went to something called a training class, where they take people with no experience or very minimal experience, and we teach them the basics of dancing, the basics of our processes and procedures, about how to handle new clients and how to learn about the major dances. Went there. I did like the odds. There was 4 girls and me and one other guy, so that was kind of fun. And so went through that, and at the end of the training class, which was about 2 months, I started. And again, why I continue to do it, I still remember to this day. I had a new student, and again, y'all can decide to edit this out, but this is really what it was. I had a new student, and she came in, and I knew she seemed really down. And I was doing rumba with her, and it was one of those first lessons, 22-year-old kid at this time now. I turned 22. And I'm dancing with her. She looked really down, and she came in, had a fun time. She laughed, and then she came back for a second lesson, and she enrolled in a program. And after that first lesson on the second program, she came to me and she said, "I just want to let you know, when I came in here, I was suicidal. My husband had committed suicide, and he wrote a note, and he said I was the reason why he had committed suicide. And so I was going to also commit suicide, but after coming here, and it's so much fun, and how you made me feel and built my confidence, I feel so much better. Thank you so much." And she became my student for a while, and I was like, wow, dancing is more than just dancing. So even though I wasn't the greatest dancer, I realized, wow, this can really help people's lives. My mom's a school teacher, and a lot of my family's been teachers and helping people, and I was like, oh, here's somewhere I can actually help people and do something fun that I love to, that was very fun and entertaining and athletic, being an athlete. I can see how, even to this day, I'm a growth person, and you're never done, right? You're never done. You're never done growing. So never done, growing in the dancing and the teaching and the business and understanding people and the psychology and marketing. There's always something. And so I really definitely love that as well. And so, that though, I remember that moment, even 21 years later, that lady, I was like, wow, I could really help people doing this dancing. That's crazy. And I like doing it. Woo. And so from there, it kind of took off.